Hi, I'm Mr. Myers, and welcome to my virtual open house. So I am the language arts teacher here for the 7th and 8th grade. A little bit about myself. I've worked at Northwood for 6 years now. This is my 6th year. It's gone by really quickly, and I just can't believe it. I've loved every minute here. Northwood is an awesome community, and it's an awesome school. Not only do I teach middle school language arts, but I also work with the marching band. I love playing music. I was in band and musicals and choir when I was in school, so it's great to get involved there. I'm also the Quiz Bowl coach, so if you would like to be on the Quiz Bowl team when you're in high school, you'll be talking to me about that. It's like Jeopardy with teams and really intense and exciting. And I also operate a chess club, which, yes, we still will be doing this year, but we'll just be doing it virtually using chess.com, so we won't be sitting across from each other. This picture of this bookshelf looks like what my brain looks like right now. This week has been kind of crazy trying to get prepared for this school year, as I'm sure parents and students, you can all imagine. My brain is very unorganized. There are books all haphazardly placed and misplaced, but in it all comes together, and hopefully it will be a good year and everything will make sense and fit. I'm working really hard to make sure that every student, whether you're at home, on A days, or at school, is going to have a really solid education. That's my goal. So, before I get too far into this, just letting you know there is going to be a syllabus assignment during your first week, and students, your goal is to take that home, take a look at it with your parents, get it signed, and send it on back to me. I want to make sure you know all of the expectations that I have for you in my class. Okay, so this class is called English Language Arts, which is kind of weird. It's art with English and language. But when you think about language arts, it can be broken into 6 different pieces, the 6 language arts. And those are going to be reading, writing, speaking, listening, viewing, and visualizing. So these are all the things that you're doing when you're in my class. You're going to be reading and thinking about what you're reading. You're going to be writing and expressing yourself. You're going to be speaking, albeit behind a mask and a little less frequently than usual, but you're going to be sharing your thoughts and your feelings. You're going to be listening to your classmates. You're going to be listening to me. You're going to be listening to speeches or videos. You're going to be taking things in and processing it. You're going to view presentations, view paintings, view artwork, view graphs or charts. And you're going to be visualizing too. You're going to be making visual representations of your thoughts, your feelings, of some study you've done or some research. But in the end, language arts is something that, as you can see, applies to so many other classes. It's not just reading books and poems and writing stories. It's really deep, and it's a really meaningful subject that is going to connect to all of your coursework in school, and not only that, but it's going to impact you for the rest of your life. So it's my goal to hopefully really develop a passion in you for reading and writing and speaking and listening and all of the language arts now, so that you can see the benefit of it later on in life. Because there will be a benefit, regardless of whether or not you go to college or you go to a trade school or whatever it may be. These skills will go through your entire life and only make things easier. So this year is going to be a little different. Obviously, we're starting off on a hybrid model, which means that some of you are at school and some of you are at home on one day. And then we have a day that's all virtual. So I want to go ahead and just break down what each week is going to look like, and then just remind you that things aren't always going to follow this directly. So I've tried to lay it out as simply as possible, and I tried to make it as clear for parents and students, just so we're all on the same page. So on Mondays, if you are in school or if you are out of school, if you're an A student or a B student that day, we're going to be doing some video instruction. I've made videos through YouTube and Edpuzzle. If you're in my class that day, you're going to watch that video, and those of you at home are going to watch the same one. Everybody's going to get the same instruction to make sure that no one's left out. Now, is there a benefit to being in school that day? Of course, you can ask me questions. At the end of that day, I'm going to post a video update with any questions I received through email or Schoology from virtual students that day, or for students in class. That way, if you are watching the video at 5 p.m. because you didn't get to it yet, B students, you're going to have some clarification on topics, some questions answered that you probably have too. So we're here to help you out. I'm going to make sure that everybody is getting the exact same instruction and is getting all the answers that they would have heard if they were in class. On Tuesday, students are going to apply that information. This could be a writing task, it could be a little project, it could be anything that's going to show that they understand the standard or the skill that we addressed in the previous day's video. Again, students who are at home that day will be doing the exact same thing, you just won't have the benefit of being in class. However, you can still send me messages on Schoology, you can send me emails, you can leave me voicemails if you call the school phone. I will get back to you, I promise. This task will always be due on Thursday at 2:35. So you have a few days to work on it and ask me questions for those of you who weren't in class. On Wednesday, we're going to do a couple of things. So every student will be responsible for completing one iReady lesson every Wednesday. You have to complete and pass one lesson and send me a screenshot, just like we did last year, 8th graders, virtually. And then 6th graders, I know you've worked with, or 7th graders who were 6th graders, I know you worked on iReady too, so we'll be doing it a little bit differently, just one lesson a week. And on top of that, we're also going to be doing little writing activities every other week. So we have two types of writing activities you'll do on Wednesday, quick writes and essential questions. So 1 week, you will do a quick write assignment on Wednesday, along with your iReady assignment. This quick write assignment will give you some kind of mentor text, something that you can read and model after. So you'll do a little writing task, it'll take you 5 to 10 minutes. And the goal is that you look at the mentor text, you'll get some idea of what this person was doing, or you'll learn about their style or their method of writing, and you'll try to mimic that. And the goal of these tasks is to help you develop your own writing style, so that by the time you leave junior high, you're a confident writer who doesn't need a lot of help getting started. On the other weeks, we're actually going to tag team with Mr. Lewin a little bit. He has essential questions every week for his reviews. And so he and I decided that we would make them a part of my curriculum too. So every other week, on the weeks we're not doing quick writes, you're going to be revising an essential question response. So that by the end of the year, your essential question responses are not 1 or 2 sentences. They are well-written paragraphs that follow the ACE format, answer, cite, explain. They use evidence, they explain your thoughts, they show your own unique voice, and they're everything Mr. Lewin wants. So you're going to benefit in social studies because your essential questions will be infinitely better than maybe they were before, or maybe they were great, I'm not sure yet. I haven't actually seen any of those responses. But on top of that, you'll just learn how to write a really solid paragraph, and you'll see how the reasoning between an answer and evidence and explanation all connects. Okay? So, Wednesdays, always iReady, and then depending on the week, it'll be a quick write or an essential question. I'll always make sure it's very well known, and it'll just go every other week. Okay? Thursday and Friday are the same as Monday and Tuesday. So a video instruction on Thursday and an application on Friday. It'll just be the different group of students. That assignment will always be due on Monday at 2:35. I know that's one extra day than the assignment from the Monday-Tuesday section, but I didn't want to make a due date Sunday at 2:35. But don't worry about that. It shouldn't be an issue at all. And if you read my syllabus, you'll understand that I am not overly strict when it comes to grades. I'm very understanding with late work. So that's everything you need to know about the schedule. Everything that I talked about here is mentioned in my syllabus. This is going to be a weird year. I know it. You're going to be coming in with masks. We're going to be cleaning every day. The classes are going to be a lot smaller, but it's going to be a good year. We're all working really hard to create an atmosphere that will be enjoyable, comfortable, and safe for students. So I hope you're looking forward to getting back into the classroom. I'm looking forward to seeing all those 8th graders again, and I'm looking forward to meeting the new class of 7th graders. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email, or send me a phone call, whatever it may be, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much, and enjoy this last few days of summer.